think it's not fair. I don't think it's right.
A bold move by USC, disappointing many students as pro-Palestinian protests expand on college campuses across the West.
It's all about learning about what's happening in Palestine. It's about providing a safe environment for people who are choosing to be here in community with us.
Graduating USC students will not be able to attend the school's traditional main stage commencement ceremony this year. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to West Coast Wrap. I'm Alex Savage. Today, USC scrapped plans for the main graduation ceremony, citing safety concerns as protests continue on that campus. We are seeing pro-Palestinian demonstrations popping up on college campuses all across the West, many of them in California. We begin tonight's team coverage on the protests with Fox 11's Christy Fajardo, who spoke with students and staff members who are upset about the changes to graduation plans at USC.
Next gate over, and it's only for exit.
Tightened security and a closed campus. Just some of the fallout from USC's decision to cancel a pro-Palestinian valedictorian speech at graduation. We will not stop, we will not rest. One day after protests and arrests, the university is now also canceling the main commencement ceremony, which draws 65,000 people.
I think it's awful. I think it's not fair. I don't think it's right to cancel commencement because we can't handle civil discourse on our college campus.
This was the scene on Wednesday. Students and other protesters occupying a portion of campus, calling on the university to divest from Israel over the tens of thousands of Palestinian deaths in Gaza. At a news conference, student organizers accused the university and the LAPD of using force to silence their voices and rejected accusations of anti-Semitism.
As a Jewish student myself, we firmly denounce and condemn any claims that our movement and our occupation is anti-Semitic. Judaism is not and has never been synonymous with Zionism.
The university has cited safety as a reason for canceling both the valedictorian speech and now the ceremony. 11 members of the Advisory Committee on Muslim Life on campus have resigned in protest and believe the university's decision was motivated by politics, not security.
And did not provide any additional details regarding who, what, or how the university was being threatened, or where precisely these threats were coming from, though we explicitly and repeatedly asked for this information.
On campus, Jewish student groups set up a seder for the more than 100 hostages believed to still be held by Hamas in Gaza and called for their release, but also blamed the university for creating tensions, saying they should have vetted the valedictorian, who they accuse of promoting anti-Semitism.
They should have at least admitted that they messed up and taken that responsibility instead of deflecting it and citing security concerns, which ultimately put the Jewish community at a greater risk and the Muslim community as well.
And that was Fox 11's Christy Fajardo reporting for us tonight from Los Angeles. Hundreds of people are taking part in demonstrations in the Bay Area as well. We continue tonight's team coverage on these protests with KTVU's LaMonica Peters joining us live from the Stanford University campus. LaMonica, what's the scene there?
Hey, Alex, I'm here at White Memorial Plaza on Stanford University's campus, and as you just saw and just mentioned, there are protests happening all over the country on college campuses. And right now, there are a few dozen people here in the plaza. They have their signs, they have tents, they're playing music. They're sort of sitting in the plaza area where they were just a few months ago. They held a 120-day sit-in protest here on campus that ended just in February. So today, like other protesters around the country, they were here. And as you can see, hopefully you're rolling the video of what was happening here earlier today. Okay, and this time they're saying they're asking the university to divest. They say that Stanford is connected and tied with its investments with companies that are in support of the war in Gaza or somehow connected to Israel. And this time they want divestment, and they're saying that they're not going to stop protesting until they get the university to meet their demands. Now, earlier they were saying they would be here tomorrow as well. I'm not sure if they're going to be staying overnight, which I believe is against the university policies. I also reached out to Stanford University officials, and they told me that they are in support of free speech, and the students, have a right to be here. But if anyone violates any of the university's policies when it comes to these protests, that they will be enforcing those rules. Alex?
KTVU's LaMonica Peters live on the Stanford University campus tonight for us. LaMonica, thank you for that. And just across the bay, protesters set up more tents on UC Berkeley's campus today. So far, this demonstration has been peaceful. UC school officials say they have no plans to change their investment policies or practices, which is something that protesters here have been demanding. And it was a similar scene today at the University of Arizona in Tucson. That's where some students are calling on their university to divest from Israel. An event started with students calling for a ceasefire, and then it turned into a march. A smaller group waving Israeli flags showed up, and that march circled back around. The demonstration was organized by Students for Justice for Palestine, and it was partnered with other organizations and campus police. Although there were attendees with opposing views at the gathering today, campus police say there were no signs of aggression here. We turn now to a developing story we're following in San Diego County tonight. Crews there still battling a major fire on the Oceanside Pier. Officials say the fire started this afternoon in a vacant restaurant right at the end of the pier. Aerial video shows a large plume of smoke rising from that burning building. The Oceanside Fire Department has at least 3 boats that are out in the water fighting this fire from the ocean. The cause of the fire is still unclear tonight. An appeals court decision to overturn a rape conviction for movie mogul Harvey Weinstein is sending shockwaves through Hollywood. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin lays out where the case that helped launch the Me Too movement goes from here.
New York's highest court overturning Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction, ordering a new trial in a shocking reversal of the landmark Me Too case. In a 4-3 decision, the appeals court found Weinstein's trial judge erroneously allowed testimony from 3 women whose allegations were not connected to the charges against the disgraced Hollywood mogul. Weinstein's lawyer praised the court's decision.
Today's legal ruling is a great day for America. If it's a former president of the United States or the most storied Hollywood producer of our generation, the law applies to everyone.
Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison after being convicted in February 2020 of forcing oral sex on TV and film production assistant Mimi Haley in 2006 and third-degree rape of hairstylist Jessica Mann in 2013. He has denied ever engaging in non-consensual sex.
Today is a day like every day in American women's lives when male sexual violence has intruded and disrupted our lives.
Actress Ashley Judd reacting to the ruling. In the past, she has said she escaped Weinstein's sexual advances by making a deal.
This today is an act of institutional betrayal. And our institutions betray survivors of male sexual violence.
Weinstein is currently serving a 16-year prison sentence in a Los Angeles prison for the rape of an Italian model. In Los Angeles, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
The Supreme Court today heard oral arguments over whether former President Trump should be immune from prosecution in a case that charges him with plotting to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Trump's attorneys argued that a former president should qualify for immunity from prosecution for official acts while in office. But the government's attorney said such presidential immunity has no foundation in the Constitution or the history of the court.
Without presidential immunity from criminal prosecution, there can be no presidency as we know it. For 234 years of American history, no president was ever prosecuted for his official acts.
His novel theory would immunize former presidents for criminal liability for bribery, treason, sedition, murder, and here conspiring to use fraud to overturn the results of an election and perpetuate himself in power.
Analysts say the case may be sent back down to a lower court, and that could push any decision past the November election. Coming up tonight here on West Coast Wrap, a not-so-smooth landing captured on camera. Tonight, the intense scene for hundreds of air travelers that unfolded at LAX.
And in weather, here's our live camera looking out toward San Francisco and the Bay Area. Lots of clouds moving into this portion of the state. In fact, some parts of the state could be talking about some rain. Other parts, some gusty winds, and we'll have the update coming up.
Also coming up tonight, an NFL draft tradition in the West. We'll take you inside the Los Angeles Rams' unique draft headquarters.
We're getting that go around. Holy moly.
Some tense moments at Los Angeles International Airport as a Lufthansa flight made a rough landing. Airline Videos was live streaming activity at the airport on YouTube on Tuesday when the Boeing 747 jumbo jet bounced on the tarmac several times and then ascended back into the air. The plane landed safely a short time later, and none of the 345 people on that flight from Frankfurt, Germany were hurt. Lufthansa issued a statement on what happened, calling it a training flight. The airline says the plane will undergo some additional inspection. We're getting a look tonight at a store employee in Colorado confronting someone suspected of stealing. Police in the city of Wheat Ridge, outside of Denver, just released this surveillance video from last month. It shows the moment an employee at a dry cleaning business found a man rummaging through her handbag. She struggled with the man until police arrived. Officers say the suspect had cash belonging to the employee in his pocket. Police are recommending he be charged with robbery. Plans to bring grizzly bears back to the Cascades have wildlife activists celebrating in Washington tonight, but not everyone is pleased. Fox 13's Lauren Donovan reports some people believe the move is going to threaten their loved ones and livelihoods.
They believe humans exploring and living in and around the North Cascades can coexist with these massive mammals. It's already happening out in the Rockies and in Alaska. Females like juniper and fern here, these brown bears, they can weigh up to 300 pounds. They're beautiful yet intimidating creatures, and plenty of locals here in Washington would prefer to see them behind glass at the zoo instead of in their backyard or out on a hiking trail.
They're the apex predator. They fear nothing.
200 outraged locals in Darrington tried to rally against returning grizzlies. Their town sits within the relocation zone.
We're going to live right here where the bears are eventually going to be.
Even the mayor was on board, arguing the ecosystem just isn't ready yet.
When we bring back the salmon, that's the time.
Hunters don't want to compete for game like elk and deer, and out east, ranchers worried for their livestock are resistant too.
Maybe never's the right time, or maybe the right time is 10 years from now. But right this minute isn't the right time for this.
But hey, like it or not, it's happening. The decision is inked. Over a period of 5 to 10 years, the National Park Service and U.S. Fish and Wildlife will release 3 to 7 grizzlies annually. Ultimately, 60 to 100 years from now, they hope there's 200.
So grizzlies evolved here. They were here for hundreds of thousands of years, and they coexisted with people for thousands of years, indigenous people.
But as we rolled into the 20th century, the humpbacked predators were hunted out. The last confirmed in-state sighting was years ago. 1996.
It's just a really amazing opportunity to right some of the wrongs that humans have done in terms of large animal species.
Other animals once eliminated from this region have recolonized, making it home once again. Wolves, fishers, wolverines, Canada lynx.
So we've got all of the large mammal species that were historically here for the most part, and the grizzly bear is the last one.
They certainly won't be pulling juniper and fern here from the zoo, so where are they going to get these bears to relocate? Various locations are being proposed: BC, Yellowstone, out in the Rockies, and all of the bears moved here to Washington State will be collared so they can monitor them. Reporting at the Woodland Park Zoo, Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.
A date has not yet been set for when the first grizzly bears will be reintroduced to the Cascades. All right, we turn now to the threat of severe weather here in the West. Video posted on social media today showing a funnel cloud forming in Colorado. This happened in Washington County, about 130 miles northeast of Denver. There are no reports of any damage in that area tonight. For more, let's bring in KTVU meteorologist Mark Tamayo, who is tracking the system that caused that funnel cloud. Mark?
Hi there, Alex. Yeah, kind of active weather pattern, as you can see, showing up on the satellite and the radar for portions of the West Coast. First, we'll come into Colorado. You can see all the radar activity. So here's the satellite and the radar imagery throughout the day, kind of linked up with those thunderstorms, as you can see, kind of flaring up earlier this afternoon and moving out to the north and to the east. And up in the Seattle area, up in the Portland area, lots of clouds and some rain showers coming on board as well. So this, you can see the system up, at least approaching the coastline for this evening. This was the scene in Seattle today. Lots of clouds, some rain showers. I did see 0.30 inches in Seattle, the temperature of 53 degrees. In the San Francisco Bay Area, a sun-cloud mix throughout the day in San Francisco. Temperature is right around 60 degrees. And then down in Southern California, you can see nearby Santa Monica with some sunshine, but also some clouds building up as well. A temperature is 66 degrees, and there's a cool weather pattern kind of settling into California that will generate some stronger winds in Southern California. Take a look at the current temperatures out there right now. We have 56 in Portland, San Francisco 58, Las Vegas 76, and Phoenix in the upper 70s, 79 degrees. We'll be tracking some stronger winds right now. You can see the current wind reports in Los Angeles at about 10 miles an hour. Palmdale gusting at 32 miles an hour. But for tonight into your Friday, we do have wind advisories and high wind watches in place as well. So the gusts could be over 40 to 50 miles an hour down in Southern California, even for the Bay Area as well. So here's kind of the breakdown. This front up to the north here. So we have the showers up in the Seattle area off and on. Some clouds for San Francisco in the morning hours. Sunshine out toward Phoenix, and then some showers once again that could be developing over portions of Colorado. Here's the forecast models. We do put this into motion. This is 7 a.m. on Friday. You can see the rainfall up in the Pacific Northwest, and there's a chance even in San Francisco, at least some clouds and some drizzle tomorrow morning. What's interesting, this cooler pattern could actually generate some snow showers out toward the Sierra Nevada for tomorrow, right around the Lake Tahoe area. So it could be adding a little bit more to the snowpack as the system drops in from the north. Here is the forecast over the next few days. It remains unsettled for Seattle as we do move into the weekend. Some gusty winds for Los Angeles, also for San Francisco for tomorrow. We're thinking winds up above 20, up above 30 miles an hour. We are expecting at least dry conditions for San Francisco this weekend. And it looks like the unsettled pattern will remain in Denver. Some thunderstorm chances for Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. It looks like the 90s have moved out of town, actually moving out of the Phoenix area. Temperatures mainly in the 80s as we head into the weekend. So, Alex, what's interesting, late April, we'll start talking about some snow showers in the Sierra, and that could be reality by this time tomorrow.
That's incredible. All right, Mark, thank you. Formula One returns to Las Vegas just 7 months from now, but this year there will be a few changes. Despite the event bringing in more than $1 billion for Vegas last year, many businesses and residents complained about road closures and heavy traffic. Several businesses actually sued Formula One Racing, saying they lost a combined $25 million last year because of construction related to the F1 Grand Prix. This year, race officials say they're going to have a more extensive community engagement plan.
Year one was tough in so many ways, and we want to create an incredible race, an incredible fan experience, but also be a better member of this community. Good communication, good community engagement, and we're really excited about what we have coming forward this year.
Race officials say this year the event will also feature more general admission tickets and cheaper ticket options so that more people in the community can come out and enjoy the race. Up next tonight, a Southern California home is helping keep an NFL draft tradition alive. We'll take you on a tour to break down how this sets the Los Angeles Rams apart from the other teams making their draft picks tonight. Also, some hands-on training these high school students will never forget. See what they're being asked to do with million-dollar supercars. The Federal Communications Commission voted today to bring back net neutrality rules. The FCC has agreed to ban internet service providers from blocking or slowing down consumers' web access. The commission says the move is about restoring a national standard of regulation for the internet. for broadband reliability, security, and consumer protection. Regulatory oversight of broadband internet was rescinded during the Trump administration. In California, students in Fresno County are getting the chance to work on million-dollar electric supercars. As reporter Sofia Lesios tells us, it's all part of an effort to teach students about advanced technology and engineering.
Students in Fresno County aren't going to let this opportunity speed past them.
You can turn over the CAD design and they can go right into building. And then their level of welding, it's up there.
Tryon Electric Supercars is partnering with Career Technical Education Charter High School, Duncan Polytechnical High School, the Center for Advanced Research and Technology, and Fresno State to help develop modifications for its car of the future, Nemesis.
It feels good to partner up with a county that puts a lot into the kids, into education, and the fact that there's different schools that's involved, but they're all coming together to build one project.
And Fresno County schools are pretty excited.
Thank you for coming to Fresno. It's going to mean so much to our students to learn from you. And they humbly acknowledge that they're probably going to learn something from you as well.
Tryon aims to be a one-of-a-kind car. No more stopping to charge. This car will have removable batteries.
This type of technology is going to change the way electric cars are charged. And you heard it here first, we're changing the plugging up.
Students will have many opportunities to help, from welding to technology advanced features.
So I think it's very good for Fresno and everyone that's involved, from the higher ups all the way to the students, to have their fingerprints on this particular car and say that it was built here in Fresno.
And that was Sofia Lesios reporting for us tonight. Tryon was founded by Richard Patterson, a former engineer at Tesla. Former USC running back Reggie Bush spoke publicly today in Los Angeles, one day after he got his Heisman Trophy back. Bush won the award back in 2005, but voluntarily gave it up in 2010 when the NCAA said he received gifts from 2 agents while at USC. The Heisman Trust restored the honor after considering changes across the college sports landscape that allow student athletes to get paid for their name, image, and likenesses. Bush explained today how much the loss meant to him.
So for me, the work and effort that I put in, it felt like it just was taken away from me, you know, and I put in way too much hard work.
Bush and his attorneys made it clear today he does not plan to drop the defamation lawsuit he filed against the NCAA last year, which claims the NCAA characterized him as a cheater. Finally, tonight, the Los Angeles Rams are showing off the mansion they transformed into their draft house. This is where they will be headquartered for the entirety of the 2024 NFL Draft. It's a $16.5 million property in the San Fernando Valley. It measures over 9,000 square feet. The mansion is now completely decorated in Rams memorabilia. You can see the crews putting it all together here. This includes jerseys, posters, and records symbolizing Super Bowl championships. They're the only team to have its draft headquarters outside of the team facilities. The Rams started this tradition 3 years ago. It seems like a lot of fun to put it all together, and probably a lot of fun to hang out there during the draft. All right, that does it for West Coast Wrap tonight. You can stay up to date on all the stories we're covering at our website. That's westcoastwrap.com. You can also stream our shows on your smart TV. All you need to do is download the free Fox Local app. Have a great night. We will see you back here tomorrow.